Hey everybody, welcome back from break, I guess, if you want to call it that. I know some of us were catching up on work. I know that the announcement for the building closure of school was a thing. But just a reminder and a reaffirmation that just means we're in virtual learning for the rest of the school year. We're going to just keep going the course as to what we're doing now. Work is still required for completion and making sure you're sending it to me so I can mark that you've completed the assignments. So just know that quarter 4 is still a thing and it's not summer. It's not summer. We still have school. It's just in this form. So says in a box, and it will be great. So with that said, we have 2 assignments for the week back. We are shifting to the big question. We're returning to the big question of, so what did they do about it? And the next couple assignments are going to look at different abolitionists. Remember, abolitionists and the abolition movement, was the movement to get rid of slavery. It was to end slavery. To abolish means to end something. The abolition movement was to end slavery. So an abolitionist is a person who is in the movement to try and do something to stop slavery from existing in America. And so our first abolitionist we're looking at is a guy by the name of Frederick Douglass. Many of us, you probably have heard about him or know a lot about him. We're going to start with him to get a sense as to what he did in this particular movement. So both assignments are going to be described in this video, and both assignments this week are about Frederick Douglass and his role in the abolition movement. Right? So here is the official introduction to assignment 9. Hopefully title sequence is happening right here. So assignment 9, you're going to take a look at 2 videos. The first one is from America, the Story of Us, which is a larger documentary series. And you just have one real kind of question to kind of get a sense of who he is about this and like what he brought to the abolition movement. The second video is about is like a mini biography clip about Frederick Douglass, and starts to look at more in terms of like why he's a hero. I want you to keep thinking about like what Frederick Douglass did during the abolition movement and why that's so powerful. In assignment 9, you're looking at a writing that he wrote in like around 1827. A slave boy learns a lesson, and you have a whopping 3 questions about that 3 paragraphs that he wrote about his experience learning how to read and write. I tried to put vocab there in case you're stumped, so make sure you look at that. And he talks about a mistress. To be super clear, a mistress is not what we see a mistress as. It is so there's the master who runs a plantation, and the master's wife is called the mistress. It is not the mistress that we know. So I want to clarify that. So assignment 9 is the videos and that short writing by Frederick Douglass. Still, the key thing I want you to think about for assignment 9 is the last question about why the master, Frederick Douglass's master, says that if slaves learn how to read and write, that's actually harmful to the slave. It's his justification for not teaching his slaves. So I want you to try and think about what the master is possibly saying about that, and then why Frederick Douglass's actions, and a little bit about when you learn more about him, why that's so powerful of a tool for the abolition movement. So that's assignment 9. Moving on. Assignment 10 is a little different than what we typically have done. It still looks at a source. Again, assignment 10, looking at Frederick Douglass, and it is a longer source. But this time we're really trying to dive into his work as a leader in the abolition movement. After you complete assignment 9, you'll get a sense as to like what his biggest weapon was for ending slavery. And then assignment 10 actually has you kind of look at one of the things that he was able to do, or like gets you to look at why his weapon was so powerful. So you have 3 tasks. You're going to read over this writing. Okay, that's the first task. Second task is simple. You're going to just find 3 quotes, minimum, that you think an abolitionist would want to advertise in order to end slavery. So what from Frederick Douglass's words in his writing about his experience as a slave do you think is like impactful and powerful if you're trying to help guide the abolition movement? What's so impactful? And then I want you to explain why you picked that quote. And then finally, you have like debrief questions, which will have you try to think about his bigger role. The question we're looking at is, so what did they do about it? Frederick Douglass, being an abolitionist, what did he do about slavery? And what was his impact on the abolition movement with this particular, I guess, weapon he uses? So this one's really trying to get you to look at the power of his language and why that may be and why that's so powerful, especially for that time period, and why he is so important to this time period as we're building towards the Civil War. So I'll be posting, if you've seen this, there's going to be review videos for the previous assignments, 7 and 8 coming out this week, and yeah, I think that's it. I'll be checking more work, checking emails tomorrow. Everything kind of goes back to normal. So I hope you're staying healthy, you're staying happy, you are washing hands, you're helping out at home, and you are completing your work. If you're watching this video, you're doing something great. So high five to you. Miss you all, and let's keep on keeping on. Take care.